on a bake sheet.
There we go.
That fits in your freezer.
We're live.
Keep them
Friday
all
Night
separate.
Flies coming to you
And then
live
once they
from
freeze, then you just put them
the
all together.
Pemberton Fish
And then
Finder
they stay separate.
headquarters at 1380 Birch Street in beautiful downtown Pemberton, Sponge Valley Sporting Goods, and the home of the Pemberton Fish Finder.
You are meant to be on the background. Like you should be like an announcer on like
well, I've
Price
been
is
working
Right.
on it. I work at it in the dark usually after I've had a couple beer.
Alone on the shitter.
Whatever, yeah, you never know. That's usually when I get my low voice. Yeah, so anyhow, what are you tying tonight, Scotty?
I'm going back to another Dragonfly Nymph.
And
Team of the night.
Whoever was watching earlier is already on there. They're on there, and we love having you.
We do.
We encourage you, our loyal fan, to keep asking us beautiful questions.
Yeah, we like the questions.
We like questions.
Otherwise,
Test
it's just me trying to fill space. So
that's right.
you got
Test
some-
us. We love being tested.
Yeah.
Even if it's not relevant.
somebody in the room has got to be able to answer it.
That's right. Somebody will. Definitely. And we'll pay attention.
If
We'll
not,
be
we got
watching.
Google.
That's right. I got it in the background. So anyhow, what are we tying tonight?
We are tying a foam-backed Dragonfly Nymph.
This is new to us.
This is
New?
a creation that I made about 10 minutes ago.
Not bad.
It was in my head. Took the elements of the dragonflies that I've seen around, and I wanted something.
Like the artist that you are,
Boom.
it just had to be put on
like-
a hook.
I really love the deer hair dragonfly nymphs, the ones where they're all full body of deer hair.
Yeah.
But they're very time consuming, very messy. Deer hair everywhere all the time.
That's
Wife's
right.
not so happy when I get deer hair everywhere in my house.
And
so
the reason for the deer hair
is
is
flotation.
flotation.
It's the action
The
of
key
rise, and then the sinking line pulls it
That's
down when you strip, and then it rises.
fish this with a sink tip or a full sinking line. Typically type 3, type 4. If the lake is really deep, maybe go to a type 5. But
Yeah.
we usually fish them on a 3 or 4.
A little
They
bit
work.
shorter of a leader too.
Yeah,
just
you know
a little
what?
bit shorter.
I found that running it around 8 or 9 foot
Yeah.
is perfect because
Don't do like your typical lake
Yeah.
setup where you got 12 to 15. Just
Yeah.
a little shorter.
and keep it
Otherwise,
light.
you don't get
And
the.
keep it light. That's the fun thing
Yeah.
about it, right? Anyhow, let's show them the fly, Scotty.
Yeah.
We don't want to give away too many secrets because you know what, we're still in the guiding business. And if you guys are ever in Pemberton or Whistler, look us up at PembertonFishFinder.com. We know fly fishing. We love it. We live it. We eat it. We breathe it. We sleep with it. You know what I'm saying?
And not only fly fishing, you guys know all fishing.
We do it all. We got sturgeon, heli fishing. That's a new thing for
You
us.
got me back into spin fishing.
Yeah, a little bit. We mix it up.
Yeah.
It goes with the season, right? So, I mean, when the lakes and rivers are kind of coated with ice, it's tough to fly fish. So we kind of mix it up. Anyhow, what do we got there?
Don't.
We made a couple changes to this one.
That
too,
is
right?
true. The silver eyes was just an experiment. If you're doing dragonfly nymphs, you got to use black eyes. So
Still black.
we went off the shelf there and grabbed some. So that'll be in the fly that we will be tying, as well as I didn't bring all my assortment of markers with me, so we just happen to have a black old Sharpie here, and it's kind of working, but
Just paint it up a little bit.
yeah,
but
it's
I mean,
not exactly
it'll
what I
work.
want, but I want a brown
It'll
for the
work.
brown, but gives you the idea, so then you can go home and customize it.
And I'm going to customize that with a few rainbow trout teeth marks. I'll tell you right now because that is very fishy.
That's a very good one.
I can't wait to put that in some water.
So that's that. There's a lot of UV in this. You got UV in the underbody.
Yeah.
So all the dubbing is UV, so it's going to get a lot of attention, a lot of wiggle. You got nice pheasant tail fibers, and I say we just get to it.
I think you can get out of there,
I
Scotty.
think it's time to get at her.
It's time.
So
If you guys have any questions, we've got Q&A is open. Hit us up. We love questions.
Yeah,
We love
definitely.
feedback.
So because this is you want this to be able to float, we're trying to go as light as we can. So we're starting off with, yes, it's a bottom thing, so you would think a nymph hook or a streamer hook. No, we're going dry hook. You want to keep it light. And we're just relying on our sinking lines to bring it down, and that's about it. So I have a size 8, 2x long shank here, or hook. We're going to wrap up right to the back. On these nymphs, on patterns that don't have a long tail, if it has a long tail, you're bringing your hook or your thread not past the hook. tip of the hook so that when the fish strikes that it's hitting the hook.
You know, another thing here, while you're tying that up, I think I've got a couple pictures in the background.
There you go.
That I would love to share with
so
people.
While he's looking for those, so we're going to just pass the hook bend, or the hook point. You let me know when you're not on the fly anymore.
Oh no, it's on the fly right now. No worries.
So I'll pause.
It's on the fly right now.
We're using some green pheasant tail. Beautiful green pheasant tail here. And we're going to get a nice little amount here. That's about
It's always a chore to find it. I got
10 strands.
It's a little too big.
So we're using about a half a hook shank in length. Get that secured on.
Up in the top over my desktop. So
what I am going to do is take this all the way up the body. Just loose wraps all the way up. Just hoping to build the profile. And really why I'm doing this is it's going to help with the attachment of the eyes. These plastic eyes are quite spread apart. So just having a little bit of material to tie them on top of.
Alright, Scotty, I'm going to go over, we're going to have a look at a fish that was caught using a pattern that is quite similar to this one.
Perfect. While you're doing that, I'm going to attach these black
This is
plastic
on
eyes.
one of our local lakes in Pemberton called Mosquito Lake. We offer guided fishing tours by fly or spin, whichever your abilities, and we'll help you. We'll definitely help you get into these beautiful fish. So this is a rainbow trout on one of our local lakes, and that is one happy client. So we're back at it, bud.
All right. So I trimmed off one of these black eyes, and we're just crisscrossing, attaching them. So they're on.
Working that body, baby. Work that body.
Go all the way back here. Now we're going to start attaching all our layers. So first is our ribbing. So I'm using it's a diamond thread, glitter thread. I'm starting to use this on all my dry flies and things that I need to keep light instead of the wire. It has a little bit more glisten, shine
it doesn't
to
weigh
it,
anything.
and it doesn't weigh anything. A little bit more delicate. That's the downside, but. Alright, brown foam. So I've just cutting off a strip down my foam patch.
I couldn't believe that. You're bilingual, aren't you? Are you pretty fluent in French?
Mostly, yeah.
Where did you learn your French?
Ottawa. I'm half French and half Dutch. So my dad's French-Canadian.
Today we're inviting the French out tonight. Ask us your French questions. I'll try my best to...
Yeah, me too. It's been a while. I've been in BC for a long time. Alright, so what I'm doing is cutting a nice taper in it. So I'm going to secure the taper in to the back end.
To the back end.
And when I do this, I'm pushing down, folding it over. It'll give you a nice clean fold over when we go the other way. So keep checking. I'm just taking it back to where I've tied in the tail and wrap her forward a bit. That's nice and secure. Now I'll go ahead and I'll measure this out. So I'm just going to cut it just beyond the eye of the hook here. Gives me a little bit of material to play with.
Well, you're going to fill it in, and that's going to take up a little bit of space too. So it's a good thing to cut it a little long. There's nothing worse than coming up short. And now you're tying in a dubbing loop.
Dub and loop. So now we're going to build the underbody. Get my dub and hook here. And I'm going with the gold UV dubbing. So again, the back end or the abdomen is pretty hefty on these bugs, so that's why I'm doing a dubbing loop and not just rubbing the dubbing onto the thread. I need this to be nice and bulky. Once I get it all on there, I'll hold it up and show you.
Once again, thank you to our viewers for tuning in. We've got a few viewers tonight. We appreciate it.
That's what we're looking at.
At any point you want to ask us some questions, fly out, or we're sitting here. We're waiting for you. Hit us up with some questions.
Alright, spin that up. Just like to pull off a little bit of the extra. I gotta watch the camera. It is quite the long dubbing loop. Here we go.
You make that look easy, Scotty. You make it look easy. Hey, we encourage people to come in and tie with us too. If you've got a fly that's just smoking them, come in and say hi. Share your wealth of knowledge with us, fellow fly tiers and fly fishermen. We love it. You can never know too much. Ain't that true, Scotty?
That is true. You never stop learning.
If you stop, hang up the old rod, man. It's time to take on something else, like reading books or something.
Alright, so I didn't have quite enough to go all the way, which I kind of knew off the bat, but that's alright, because you want most of the bulk to be in the back, so to finish off the little gap between the eyes and the rest of the body, just double a little bit on your thread. And don't go right up to the eyes. I'm staying just a couple of wraps back.
Reason for that is you want to tuck in that foam.
Well, yeah, we still need to fold over this foam. We need to put in legs, and then we need to start the head as well. So what I'm going to do before I wrap is I'm going to pull this out just a bit.
That's just a Velcro strip you have there?
Yep, a piece of Velcro that's glued onto a slice of popsicle stick.
And right. Who got you on that one?
Holmes.
Yeah, Mr. Holmes' daughter. She's this crafty little girl, that one.
Alright, so we're going to push this all down, fold our head over, and again, what I'm doing is rounding it around the body. That way we got a nice even wrap. Alright, I'm just putting a couple on there to secure it for now. Pull this all down, and I'm just going to trim it up a little bit. Otherwise it looks like a scud. We want it full and fuzzy, but not overly long. So that's what we're looking at. You know, I'm just sitting all around the gap of the hook. It's about the length that I'm sitting at. Next we're going to do our ribbing. So I'm going to take a couple wraps right behind the foam, and every time I'm wrapping up I'm pushing down the foam so that it stays level, and we're not doing this too tight because we don't want to lose that nice wide profile. If you really wrench on it, then you're going to shrink the profile of the foam. Alright, one more right in there.
Ooh, it's amazing how that thing's just coming to life.
So now you got the nice segmentations. We're going to tie this ribbing off in front of the foam. A little quick snip. Alright, so you already see where we're getting. Next is the legs. So we're going back to our pheasant tail. We're going to tie in a little clump on each side. I'm looking for it to be just shy of the tail, or just shy of the back of the abdomen. The arse.
The tail end. That's about the only French I know. The tail end.
The tail end. Alright, so that's the one side. We'll do the camera side. Camera side a little long. Alright, so you got your length. Secure that off. Couple wraps right in front. Get rid of these tags. Garbage.
Garbage.
And there you go. Another French word for you.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Sounds like English with an accent. Alright, so we're going to build up the head here. So for that I go to my olive UV dubbing.
And needless to say, that right there is going to be my fly box, along with the other one you tied earlier today.
Fair enough.
I'll let you know how it works, Scotty. I got a good, warm, fuzzy feeling about this fly.
Alright, so we're going to make sure our legs are out of the way. Couple wraps behind the eye. Crisscross around them. I'm going to cover up where we've tied the eye in. So you can see we just got a nice little neat head on there. And we're going to fold over this foam, and I'm going to cut yet another V.
You could probably even just cut it off in the back of the eyes, even, really.
Yeah, that's not bad either, right?
Yeah, that's pretty. I would just.
But
There's so many different.
they have that really that particular shape to their head.
Yeah, you know what I'll do is I'll pull up a picture of a dragonfly nymph.
So what I do is I get that foam to sit just inside the eyes. It's kind of like a hood almost that they have, you know, like their eyes kind of stick out underneath. Alright, some good wraps. I get underneath. Alright, so I'm confident that's on. I'm going to whip finish.
Here, let's have a look, Scotty. I'm going to show you a picture of a dragonfly nymph, and you tell me how that looks in comparison. Can you see it from there? Hold on, I'm just about to go to it.
Yeah. See, they got that real.
There we go. I'm going to picture share, and here it comes.
You got that.
So there, that's a dragonfly nymph.
Protruding.
And we're getting it damn near on the money right now at Friday Night Flies. You're seeing it firsthand. She's beautiful. Anyhow, back to my man and his pattern that he just tied. That's beautiful.
Alright, so a little whip finish. I would head cement that. You got your legs, and then, yeah, so underneath you got a really good profile, and that's where a lot of the fish are seeing. So you got that different coloration of their abdomen versus their head, which I have found is a little bit different. This is a very big contrast, but I think it just kind of accentuates it a little bit. So that's what I'm going for. That's the top, and then if I was at home and had all my markers, then you want to kind of create a malted texture on the back of this foam.
Just that plain brown would work. I'll be honest with you, it's pretty darn.
It'd be pretty
darn close.
Pretty good. So I just like to just muck it up just a little bit, not too much. So I do that, and then I just take my finger,
smudge it,
and smudge it. So it's just a little
breaks it up a little bit.
A little tint difference.
So here we'll go back to the actual dragonfly nymph.
Yeah, I want to see this. There it is. I'm leaving this post. Yeah.
So I mean that's pretty tough to beat.
So you can see the characteristics of the last fly we did
and
with
then of course the legs,
feather,
and then the squared head with the foam works good. You could even snip that back here and just dub it in, and then of course your big black eyes. You need those. Anyhow, we're gonna go back to the vise there, Scotty. Sneak back in there, brother.
Hi.
He's back.
I'm back.
So there you have it.
That's it.
A dragonfly nymph that is gonna smoke them.
And if you want to go all synthetic, then you put in rubber legs instead of the pheasant tail.
No, the pheasant tail works really well.
I know.
Man. Like it's hard to beat. Rubber legs sometimes they kind of are a little too rigid. I find.
Too fake. Sometimes.
Too fake, yeah. Anyhow, let's take her upstairs. Let's get ready to sign out here, bud. There it is. We're up top.
So, thanks for joining us again for another episode. It's Friday Night Flies. I'm Boulder. We're at Pemberton Spud Valley Sporting Goods. And,
home of the Pemberton Fish Finder.
Your local fish finders. That's about all I got.
No question.
Getting dry in the mouth. That was a lot of talking on that last one, but we appreciate you guys watching.
We got it across. And it looks damn good.
Nice.
Yeah,
we enjoy you guys' support and all your questions for question and answer. Love the participation.
We honestly don't know how many more shows there's going to be this summer. Just it's not. It's busy. We're busy.
Yeah,
busy.
we're really busy. I'm full on at the restaurant. That's why Scotty Holmes isn't here as well. I know he's busy at his restaurant. Brad's often has to get out of here sharp at 6 because his tours are booking up because it's fly fishing season.
Craziness.
So
anyhow,
but there's hundreds of episodes to watch on FridayNightFlies.com. So
hundreds.
That'll keep you busy for the summer.
Anyhow,
thanks again. Are we out?
Wet nets.
Wet nets.
And we're out.